They don't. Schools already provide the essential resources required for the learning, such as textbooks, printed materials, visual aids, and most importantly, the expertise of the qualified teachers. According to the Republic Act of 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, the K-12 curriculum is designed to deliver quality education using structured lesson plans and a range of teaching materials that cater to diverse learning needs. This law ensures that the Department of Education prioritizes effective resources and teaching methods within the K-12 system, making outside devices redundant. The Digital School Resources Act promotes secure technology is used in schools by using monitored school-issued gadgets in controlled spaces like computer labs. Research from the National Education Policy Center or the NEPC shows that school-managed devices improve student focus and reduce distractions compared to open BYOD policies. NEPC notes that structured digital programs enhance learning by balancing engagement with privacy protections, creating a safe and effective educational environment. Secondly, to promote effective time management. Personal gadgets in class often leads to distractions, with many students checking social media or engaging in non-academic activities, which harms focus and performance. Research from the journalist Resource and the American Physiological Association shows that multitasking with personal gadgets divides attention and reduces cognitive function. Our proposal to limit gadget teaches students to focus entirely on lessons during the 50 to 60-minute class, supporting better time management. Studies by the National Education Association indicate that uninterrupted concentration periods without device interference can boost retention by up to 30%. By restricting gadget use, we help students develop essential focus skills which align with educational goals for improved learning outcome. And lastly, structuring digital engagement when necessary. Now, does this mean students are denied access to the benefits of technology entirely? Absolutely not. Many schools already provide controlled access to educational tools like Google Documents, educational apps, and monitored internet through school-owned gadget or secure computer labs. Controlled digital engagement under teacher supervision maintains the educational benefits of technology while minimizing the risk of distraction and misuse. A study by the Education Endowment Foundation, or the EEF, of 2018 confirms this, finding that schools which provided structured, supervised access to digital tools in designated period saw a 25% increase in student productivity and decrease in gadget misuse. In closing, our proposal to restrict personal gadgets during instructional time is not about denying the benefits of technology, but rather about creating a structured, distraction-free learning environment. Schools already provide essential resources like textbook, digital aids, and teacher support, ensuring that students have everything they need. By limiting personal gadgets, we foster effective time management, allowing students to fully engage in those crucial 50 to 60 minutes without diversions. This policy promotes responsibility and focus and academic integrity, helping establish a disciplined, productive environment where genuine learning can thrive. With that, I submit myself for any questions or interpellations. Thank you.
Just in time, congratulations. Third speaker of the affirmative side for your constructive speech. May I request now the third speaker of the negative side to please proceed to our podium. Please check your microphone.
My test.
Okay. You have 3 minutes to interpolate the third speaker of the affirmative side. Are you now ready?
Yes, Mr. Moderator.
Okay. You may start whenever you're ready.
Before I start interpolating, let me remind you, Ms. Speaker, that my questions are answerable by yes or no. Do you get that? Okay.
Do you think that the use of gadgets during class is not practical?
It is.
Do you think that the use of textbooks are more practical than gadgets?
As I have stated, the
My
use,
question is answerable by yes or no.
as I have stated in the
Mr.
parameters,
Moderator, she's not answering with yes or no, which I clearly stated before I started interpolating that my questions are answerable by yes or no.
Okay, let's hear your answer.
as I had stated in the parameters,
Yes or no.
yes.
Are you aware that some information on textbooks are obsolete?
I will not.
As a 21st century student, have you ever used gadgets for your research or performance tasks?
Yes.
Do you agree that gadgets provide a big help for teachers, especially in class presentations and creating lesson plans for class hours?
Schools already provide
My question is
gadgets
answerable by
for
yes or no.
educational purposes only.
Thank you, I'm satisfied with your answer. Do you agree that the use of gadgets offers quicker access to reliable learning resources during class hours? Yes or no? Do you think that prohibiting gadgets will hinder student ability to develop essential tech skills necessary for the 21st century world?
As stated in our parameters,
Yes or no?
we are regulating the
Thank
use
you, I'm
of
satisfied
gadgets.
with your answer. So you're contradicting your speech of the previous speakers because you said that you're stating that prohibiting gadgets is not that necessary because of structured policies.
I did not. I stated that gadgets have personal gadgets are prohibited when teachers don't authorize of using for use.
Do you agree that Bluetooth speakers are necessary, especially in math-based subjects, especially in P and music?
No.
So you're saying that Bluetooth speakers is not necessary, especially during performance tasks that requires music?
It depends on the teacher if they
Thank you, I'm
authorize or not.
satisfied with your answer. Do you agree with me that the use of gadgets is more efficient way of disturbing information compared to printed resources?
It can be also.
Time is up. Okay, thank you, two speakers, for that interpolation. At this point, let us hear the constructive speech of the third speaker of the negative side. You have 5 minutes to deliver your constructive speech. You may start whenever you're ready.
We live in an age of innovation where digital technology is providing solution to problems before we even realize we need them. To the distinguished, incredible moderator, to the board of adjudicators, our opponents, good morning. I stand before you today as the practicability speaker to advocate that the use of gadgets from kindergarten to senior high school should not be prohibited. In an era defined by technological advancement, integrating gadgets into educational experience is not just beneficial, it is practical. First and foremost, gadgets are powerful learning tools. Educational apps, multimedia content, and digital textbooks connect students to vast online resources for broader learning. Educational apps offers more adaptive learning technology to tailor content to each student's skill level and learning pace. This often includes interactive elements, gamification, and quizzes, making learning more engaging and effective. Multimedia content can break down complex ideas into more understandable visual formats, which helps improve comprehension. With instant access to reliable information, they can look up concepts, find definitions, explore tutorials, or access digital libraries. Unlike printed versions, digital textbooks can quickly be updated, ensuring students have access to latest information, data, and resources. In fact, the law states under the Public Act number 10533, Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, a K-12 law aims to enhance digital skills in students through ICT integration, supported by RA 10650, the Open Distance Learning Act, which encourages remote education using gadgets like computers, tablets, and smartphones. My second argument is that the use of gadgets during class hours promotes realistic and practical ways of learning. For example, it is practical to use gadgets during class presentations. They can easily access information, research articles, and ideas. This can help students gather information, explore various perspectives, and gain insights necessary to enhance their outputs. Recent studies highlight that the growing significance of gadgets in classrooms, enhancing personalized, interactive, and accessible learning. 2022 to 2023 UK Department of Education report that found technology boosts student engagement and allows teachers to customize lessons, improving outcomes. Gadgets like smartphones, tablets, and VR devices promote active learning, allowing students to interact with information. This report also noted that gadgets alongside with AI create immersive experiences and simulate real-world scenarios, allowing teachers to monitor student progress in real time. Lastly, using gadgets in class enhances time efficiency by streamlining tasks, providing instant access to information, and automating activities. Gadgets come with built-in calendars, alarms, task management apps, and search engines that helps users set reminders, organize their schedule, and prioritize tasks. The EduCause of 2023 indicates that students highly value laptops for academic success, as they are essential for coursework and instructors can use them for quick feedback. This research also revealed that the personalized educational software enhances math skills and fosters collaboration through platforms like Google Classroom and video conferencing, preparing students for future workplaces. Therefore, we as a society should adapt to the changes. We should be modernized to optimize the educational experience for the child of the future. The challenges that the affirmative side has stated can effectively be managed with structured policies and monitoring. For example, balanced approach. The teacher should schedule on where and when students are only able to use their gadgets in class. For example, during research, presentations, and performance tasks. Scheduled break. Integrate structured breaks where students can step away from their devices and engage in non-digital activities. This can help reduce screen fatigue. Classroom layout. Arrange the classroom to facilitate easier monitoring. For instance, desks can be positioned in a way that allows the teachers to see what the students are doing. In conclusion, gadgets in school enhance education by providing extensive information, personalized learning, and building digital skills in a world that is driven by rising technological advancement. Learning to navigate gadgets from a young age makes students prepared for future and academic professional environments. With all that being said, I now submit myself to interpolation.
Thank you. Third speaker of the negative side. You still have 15 seconds left. Third speaker of the affirmative side, please proceed to the podium. Are you now ready? Okay. Third speaker of the negative side, are you ready? Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Speaker.
You have 3 minutes to start your interpellation.
Ms. Speaker, as stated in the parameter, we are only prohibiting acts for leisure. And about the educational need, the teacher have the authority to authorize them as stated by the 3 speakers on the affirmative side. This is a question by yes or no. Do you think these gadgets help in distractions?
No, because gadgets can
Yeah,
help in the
yes, I will
answer.
answer.
Mr. Moderator, can I justify my answer?
5 seconds.
Gadgets can help enhance a students' learning. Therefore, it guides them for better understanding.
Next question.
But also, in these modern times, we are very difficult to discern what's reliable source and information. So, how can you say that relying technology as primary resources of information in practical ways of learning?
With the aid of the teachers, it can be prohibited.
Your position allows for the unrestricted use of personal gadgets. These not pose a significant risk to students' academic performance due to the temptation to use social media or games during class.
Miss Speaker, don't
Is
you
that
know
correct?
No. Miss Speaker, don't you know that gadgets are essential for this 21st century?
Next question. Isn't it irresponsible to allow students to access the device like their personal gadgets, phones, that they can use to access inappropriate content, potentially exposing them to online dangers without proper monitoring or security measures?
As I have stated in my speech, balanced approach, the teacher should schedule
Madam
when, where,
Manager.
and when.
No, thank you. That will be all.
Still 1 minute left. Is that all?
And that is all, Mr. Wu.
Okay, so congratulations. Thank you to both speakers. You may take your seats now. Okay, so that ends the interpellation round of our speakers. So at this point, we will be giving our two teams time to prepare for their last speech, the rebuttal speaker. So we will be giving them 5 minutes. Is the timer ready? Okay. This time, for 5 minutes, you are given to prepare for your rebuttal speech. Your time begins now.
Masugot ako sa elementary. Para ma-next year is develop. Isang mula. Basta yun lang
Grabe man. Kaya po, nakuha na sa library. Isip na salamin. Pag-go ako sa 20.
Pero ambulance, balik
Hindi, pag ginawa ka,
balik ka sa
ha? Don't worry, sir.
Why?
Tanong ko.
Pero mami, dali na.
Ang gani. Aba, ano ko na yung mapagulong ko ng charger.
Sige, balik ko. Pagka sir, battery ko na. Sige.
Minutes is up. I think our adjudicators are now ready to listen to the last speakers of the two teams. We have witnessed that the affirmative side started this debate with their first speaker, so the rebuttal speech we will be giving the negative side to do the honor of giving first their speech. So I think we are now ready. Rebuttal speaker,
Mic test, mic test.
you have 5 minutes to deliver your speech. You may start whenever you're ready.
We are already in 21st century, where gadgets are integrated part of education. By banning gadgets, we're violating Article 14, Section 2 of the 1987 Constitution. The state shall establish an integrated statement of education relevant to the needs of the people and society. To our adjudicators and fellow debaters, an astonishing day to each one of you. The affirmative side have argued that the use of electronic gadgets during class hour be prohibited from kindergarten to senior high school. Their proposed solution is overly restrictive and ultimately detrimental to the learning environment. Before I proceed to my key statement, I would like to give an emphasis to the parameters of this debate. Proposition said that students and teachers are involved, but the given parameter only revolves in learnings, in fact lead into confusing manifestation of gadgets use. There is an unnecessary add-on like Bluetooth speaker which may fall on electronic devices. In summarization of all the speeches stated from our side, strongly lacking the status of being implementing, the first speaker of our side stated that the Philippines ranked poorly in the recent PISA assessment, which measures students' academic performances, while technology isn't the culprit. Factors like inadequate learning materials can contribute to the low ranking. To improve, the country needs to integrate technology in learning. Furthermore, electronic devices in the classrooms are not distractions. Rather, they are tools that equip students for future roles within a digital economy. This factual statement was supported by the study conducted from the University of Copenhagen. Also, its data prove that they had founded the previous study stating the prohibition of using gadgets are rested on an instant assistance to the new technology that affected understanding of mobile use of the school community. Our second speaker clearly pointed out the facts about the crucial benefits. The utilization of electronic gadgets prepares students and teachers for the future, and improving digital literacy of the students. Countering the point of the opponent's speech, the utilization can hinder the future. It was not strong because the statistic report of the Department of Education, Information and Communication Technology, the Philippines is ranked number 1 in digital illiteracy on 2019. But now, as the 2024 results said, it increased literacy because of the ongoing utilization of gadgets during class hours. Lastly, the opponent's practicability has argued that gadgets are not powerful tools, but it's based on the law that gadgets are learning powerful tools. According to the Republic Act number 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act, it mandates the curriculum reform, promoting the development of digital skills in students, which requires the use of gadgets. Next, these are the fallacies we have noticed. These fallacies have been seen during the interpolation and speeches of necessity. They violate strawman, misrepresenting the argument about PISA. During the interpolation, the necessity speaker also said about the beneficiality, which is irrelevant to the necessity. Opponents appeal to pity because of the use of word probably. Opponents' beneficiality. The speaker arguing during the interpolation round that it is not necessary to prohibit. Outdated sites. According to ABA style, 5 years more of the study is now can be considered invalid, like what the opponent said. The study conducted 2013. Lastly, the opponent speaker answering her question where we should not allow to. The practicability. Digital assessment under necessity. So that's mean that the speaker is not agreeing to their side. The opposing practicability speaker is not aware of the word prohibition because she always said that regulating. Digital assessment under the necessary, so that mean the speaker is not agreeing to the site. In conclusion, instead of a complete ban, agre non verba. Let's embrace a nuanced system. We can implement clear guidelines like balanced approach and responsible technology use. And hope the prohibition would create a divide between education and reality, and not a solution but proper monitoring, guidance, and setting of rules during class hours regarding gadget use is more necessary, beneficial, and practical. Because their proposition is not effective, it only hampered the adaptation of future and neglecting digital literacy. Therefore, the opposing team failed to demonstrate veritas vincit, and I urge you to consider the compelling arguments con erat demonstrando. Thank you.
Thank you, rebuttal speaker of the negative side. The rebuttal speaker of the affirmative side, are you ready? We have heard from this side, they opened this debate, and by practice, they will be the one to close the debate. Let us hear the last speaker, the rebuttalist of the affirmative side for her constructive speech. You have 5 minutes.
Honorable adjudicators, Mr. Moderator, fellow speakers, and members of the audience, good morning. I stand before you today to delve into a matter of significant topic to the learners. The use of electronic gadgets being prohibited during class hours from kindergarten to senior high school. But before that, I would like to implore you to considering a question. To what extent does the convenience of electronic gadgets for communication and education justify the potential to disrupt a child's development? And before that, let me ask you, do you need a copy of the parameters? Because the first speaker mentioned about the total prohibition, which is out of context. According to the stated definition of terms, prohibit is defined as to forbid by the authority. She also mentioned modern pedagogy, when in fact, the teachers are given the right to use electronic gadgets so as the students, but only with guidance. And it only tackles about prohibition, which is also includes regulation. The second speaker tackles about instructional videos and other use of technology in education purposes, when the proposition is limited to the class hours, in which the parameters state that they are both allowed with only guidance by the authority. The third speaker tackles about the gadgets that helps in K-12 when it was already stated in the third speaker that the teachers must provide the necessary tools in teaching. The affirmative side has successfully established the prima facie case by addressing the following points. Our first speaker affirmed that prohibition on the use of electronic gadgets during class hours is a direct response to the existing issue under concentration, depleting social skills as well as their discipline. It is necessary in order to reclaim the classrooms as spaces for open dialogues and focused learning while protecting their overall well-being and ensuring fair assessment and promote equity where the child develops their academic and social potential fairly. Our second speaker reinforced our stand by highlighting the benefits, wherein it gives better focus, enhance critical thinking, and improve the students' academic performance. Moreover, foster an interactive environment free from violence due to cyberbullying. Our third speaker affirmed that the proposition is not only necessary and beneficial but also practicable, wherein it created a structured, distraction-free learning environment with the help of textbooks, digital aids, and with the valuable guidance of the teachers, ensuring that everything they need is already provided inside of the classroom. So here are the policies committed by our opponents. The first speaker during the interpellation asked, does the students in your school use their phones to browse information? Banning of electronic gadgets to total prohibition, wherein in fact she tackled about also connecting banning to total prohibition, which is committing equivocation. Wherein she tackled about, the second speaker asked rather, do you have a blurry view of the society? Committing ad hominem. What about the current events in the society? Committing appeal to novelty. You are an academic achiever, right? Committing ad hominem. And have you ever used technology to aid your education? Committing totally. Moreover, our side does not deprive the students, but only regulating the use of electronic gadgets. And overall, the prohibition, overall, our opponents have failed to refute their arguments. In this battle of facts, we on the affirmative side have provided stronger, reliable arguments backed with studies and statistical data which are sufficient to establish and sustain our case.
Thank you very much. You still have 45 seconds left. Okay, that ends our debate match between the Kamangahan National High School and Gimbal National High School. Congratulations, both teams. So, in the spirit of friendship and camaraderie between two teams, may I request both teams to stand up and shake hands? Okay, friends ng galit naman. Okay. Congratulations.
Maraming abisan yung wala na hindi sa likod niya.
Though mas intense pa ang emotions mo. Okay, sige. So congratulations, both teams. Okay, congratulations again. While our adjudicators are still finalizing the scores, may I turn you over to our host, Nas?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Maybe we'll just wait for a while. We're still singing.
Okay, sige. Actually, by this time, we will be hearing comments from our educator, but I think they're still kind of lighting up. Sige, while we're still waiting for that, I would like to flag to promote as well our other activity. Aside from Supreme Debates in the division of Iloilo, we also have Supreme Parliamentary. Maybe you would consider that the National High School has already set their entry, Kamanggahan. Maybe you would consider also to participate. Sir Raynor, I think Sir Raynor is interested to join the Supreme Parliamentary. Actually, sir, the information was already given last October pa. The deadline of registration, sir, is November 9. That's actually tomorrow. So we will send to Ma'am Ella the registration link so that you can register. And we will have a face-to-face training of that on November 21. Yes. Right now, Ella?
We will participate.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so congratulations again. So, that's it for now. So, medyo nag-mix sila at activity but hindi man sila magtulungan ang debates and parliamentary. Okay, thank you very much.
So maybe we could have the comments from one of our adjudicators. Okay, Sir Delasan.
Hello, good morning everyone. I'm one of the educators for this debate round. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the debaters for such a wonderful round. You know, it takes guts to speak in front of so many people and to present your arguments. And for that very reason, I applaud you, and I hope that the passion of speaking your truth, of fighting for something won't limit, won't stop here, but also would bring you to many places, and you may also use your passion for speaking to not only in the world of debates, for example, but also how you engage with our community in general. So in terms of my oral adjudication, if I may, first I'd like to say general comments. So the general comments I would say is that both teams have presented very detailed and concise arguments in terms of how the prohibition rather, of the use of electronic gadgets during class hours manifested in terms of your specific worlds. But I think one of the most important way of debating this is to clearly define what ano ba ginamit natin when we prohibit something. Like how would it look like on ground? Maybe for example, prohibition could mean teachers would confiscate your cell phones during class hours, or you would deposit your cell phones, for example, during these specific hours, or you're not allowed, or you're completely not allowed to bring cell phones or gadgets or technological gadgets inside the classroom or inside the school premises. So I think one key important contention to debate this motion is to really understand where are we debating. Like, what is prohibition, what are electronic gadgets, and specifically contextualizing inside the class hours. Because I think most arguments coming from the teams, both from the affirmative and negative sides, exist in an echo chamber, which means na it does not only exist sa class hours or inside the classroom, but also in the general na space that we have. Like for example, in the technological world, in the society, for example. So one contention is to be specific, especially if we are set with a specific parameter in the debate. Since we're talking about during class hours, then we need to contextualize our arguments inside the classroom, inside the class hours, as how this prohibition of electronic gadgets would manifest inside the classroom. So other arguments like, for example, let's say ano ba? Gadgets in terms of helping the workers, for example, is not really relevant to the debate because we're really talking about during class hours, which means the arguments that we are going to say and we're going to argue is only relevant to the class hours, which are the key actors or the players of this motion are the students and the teachers themselves. So although there are merits man in terms of how you argue into the bigger scale, but what's important in arguing, especially when we are set in a specific parameter, is to stick with the motion, to stick with the spirit of the motion para hindi tayo, magkagulo, gano'n. Like, we will meet halfway. Because there are instances where debaters would not really debate in terms of the specific context or paradigm, which means you are only debating a blank wall. Parang wala kayo nag-meet halfway, which is very, very difficult for adjudicators or judges to debate, to judge a specific debate. But, however, with everything that happened kanina, I think both teams rather have presented us very meaningful and very impactful arguments as to how this prohibition would implicate or would play in during class hours or in the bigger scale. So I think that's the very key important na from the get-go we need to understand what are we really debating about. And I think more on so to the analysis and to how we persuade using our facts, for example, our statistical analysis as to how we could make our speeches more persuasive in terms of persuasing and putting your arguments into the table. And I'll give this to our man.
Right, hi, good morning. So I would like everyone to give yourselves a round of applause before we start, of course. Indeed, it was a very entertaining and very fun debate. I personally like it when people fight. So that's one thing because you know that they're actually into it. And the thing with Oxford Oregon debate space is that the way you speak actually matters as opposed to parliamentary debates where we judge everything based on the content. So first, in general comments, it was a really interesting debate. I think there were actually clear parameters in how this would actually look like, or how what gadgets actually are, and why they are supposed to be banned in the classroom. But I think like some teams have a bit of trouble sticking to the parameters, which is I guess normal in every debate. So maybe for further improvements, it's important also to stick the parameters and some actually characterizations or discussions on what the world actually looks like, I would have wanted to see at the very beginning of the debate. For example, what does K-12 actually look like? Not just a description on what the K-12 curriculum is and how it works. Meaning, how does the classroom work in itself? What happens when the teacher talks for 1 hour, the student listens? Is it the teacher talks to the students and it's conversational? So there are a lot of things that could happen inside the classroom. So being clear actually in your characterizations as early as the first speaker is very important in debates because what happens is that there are a lot of contentions, like Kimo said, about what happens in the classroom. Is it that, for example, painting a picture, what I love about being a first speaker is actually you can paint a picture of what the world actually looks like. For example, if cell phones are allowed, is it that the teacher is speaking and then students are simply looking at their phones? Or is it that teachers are talking about a subject and then students are looking at answers in Google? So these things often happen in a classroom, so it's important to take it into account. Also, another comment is that what makes the debate very valuable, or what makes it different actually from impromptu and extemporaneous speech competitions is one thing, is engagement. Meaning that teams need to take into account the arguments of the opposition, which is, I believe, was quite lacking in this debate. It would actually really improve the debate if you were to concede to some points of the opposing team. Meaning, like, if I say na there are possibilities where students can abuse cell phones and gadgets in the classroom, you need to take into account the possibility that it actually exists. Or when they say students can also use research during the classroom, you also need to take into account the benefits of it actually existing. That's what makes it a debate. So engagement. And another thing is that there were a lot of things actually in debate that were only resolved sa final sa third speakers. So there is something in debate that we refer to as deadlocks. It's where, as you said, teams refuse to meet halfway, which really makes the debate suffer for lack of engagement. Let's say issues like, are there really benefits to banning cell phones in classrooms? Or let's say, are textbooks enough inside classrooms? So these are things that you need to consider. I think there were only concessions sa later part ng debate, as well as something we call exclusivity of benefits and exclusivity of harms. Meaning that if you present a harm, you need to prove that this does not exist on your side of the house, or this is less likely on your side of the house. While the issue in cyberbullying was actually we didn't really take it to account much during the deliberations. However, you need, because there was a need to prove that it didn't happen on the other side. Another thing is that try to avoid ad hominems, I guess. It's a little, because when you're debating, it's mainly you're strictly debating on the emotion itself or the topic. You're not asking the other person their personal opinions. If I were asked my personal opinions on every debate, I would get cancelled. Joke lang doon. But anyways, so what else? One-liners. This. When you debate on Oxford Oregon, because the thing with Oxford Oregon is that you're allowed to research, diba? However, the problem there is that teams often try to bombard their own speeches with facts and examples. In debate, we try to never argue based on examples, because examples and evidence are supposed to be just supporting mechanisms for your arguments. So maybe next time, try to present your case first before you proceed to your own examples. This allows for better discussions. And like I said, try to be kind to the other team. The thing with, I think the majority of the issue of the debate really relied on engagement. It was only resolved as later parts. And even then, there were moments that teams really refused to concede. So, yeah, I think that's it for my own comments. I believe Gab will give personal comments. So here is how this will work. If you want to ask for personal comments, you can approach Gab, just so you can, and Kino, of course. If you want notes on how to improve your speeches personally, but overall it was an amazing debate. Actually, one of the most enjoyable debates I've experienced, I guess, face-to-face. So be proud of yourselves and continue to love debating. I know it's a really stressful endeavor and very antagonistic, but at the end of the day, after the debate, hindi naman kayo masusupport. Or at least try not to. Ano mo na? Anyway, so that's it for me. Thank you so much for the day.
Any comment?
Personal comments will be given privately if you approach Manangag. You can add her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Later na lang. As a team. Okay.
Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for all your comments. And at this point, we'll go on to our giving of certificates. So we'll start with giving a certificate to our moderator. May we request first Sir Reynolds and Sir Dantes to give the certificate together with Ma'am Ella Nadula and Ma'am Miriam G. Hensaya. Okay, this certificate reads, Certificate of Recognition is presented to Stephen Lloyd P. Casono in profound gratefulness and unwavering commitment rendered as moderator during the municipal level, the Supreme Debates 2024 of the Youth Formation Division and the Division Federated Supreme Secondary Learner Government Advisors and Officers held at Kamanga National High School on November 8, 2024. Given in Ibalinilo, Philippines, this 8th day of November 2024, signed by Evangelina T. Jala Public Schools District Supervisor. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. This is it, Thank you so much, Sir Stephen. At this point, we will give certificate as well to our adjudicators. So we'll start with Sir Ma'am Gabrielle Dries. Okay, so the certificate actually is also signed by Ma'am Evangelina Tijala. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. The same certificate is given to Aaron K. J. Damaso. The same certificate is given to John Paul C. Chiba. So just for the certificate of recognition is presented to our adjudicators in profound gratefulness and unwavering commitment rendered as adjudicator during the municipal level, the Supreme Debates 2024 of the Youth Formation Division. So sir, thank you so much, Sir C. Chiva. Okay, mabili ko po talaga. Thank you so much, ma'am and sirs, for your time. Okay, we will proceed right now to the giving of certificates as well to our. We will give the certificates to our participants. Thank you so much for your time and your effort being here. Medyo kalmaan, pero it was actually indeed an excellent performance. So we'll start with. Okay. We'll start with Gerald T. Argilies from Kamanga National High School. Thank you so much, Gerald. Next, we have Karen K. G. De La Cruz. Thank you so much as well for your participation. C.G. G. Lacubuan. So the same certificate of participation is given to Vanessa Jane G. Lorano. Next, we have certificate of participation is given to Dave Aaron G. Molio. Certificate as well is given to Jamel C. Salarda. Next, we have Queenie G. Tagudando. We have Geraldine A. Plazo. And of course, our advisor, or our coach, Ma'am Ferlin T. Terek. Okay, and of course, Ma'am Dazzle Jean Andalusia. Maybe you can. It's again. Okay, to all the participants of Kamanga National High School, of course, our coaches and teachers, thank you so much for the effort. Mga first timers siya pero a job well done. Sige. 1, 2, smile. Okay, thank you so much, students from Camaga National High School. Now we go to participants from Gimbal National High School. Thank you so much for your time and effort as well. We have Janelle Grace Y. Garalda. So the same certificate is given to Carl Janet B. Castillo. We also have Brian Lawrence G. Ervite. Thank you so much. Next we have Michael Ray M. Heroso. Next participant we have Chanel Anika G. Emanuel. The same certificate is given to John Robert T. Balbagio. Next we have Cassie Rain M. Apali. The same certificate is given to Catherine Rose Suryag. And of course, we would like to give the certificate as well to our coach from Gimbal National High School. We have Ma'am Michelle T. Garganza. And for the teacher advisor of the Gimbal National High School, Ma'am Lian M. Gasapo. Ma'am, thank you so much. And to all the participants of Gimbal National High School, the job well done. Congratulations to everyone. Maybe mag-take pictures. Pati ka mo. Ma'am, pati ka mo. Party ka mo. Alright, thank you so much. Right now, we would like to give the certificate to our tabulator. We have Ma'am Janice G. Puseo. Thank you so much, sir. And as well, we have Mauricio G. Henives, our tabulator. Thank you so much, ma'am, sir. And yours truly. Ako ba din may certificate, man? Being the host. Sir, okay, ako na be. Thank you, Git, mama. Rebattalist, yes. First time nga doon, but sir. Sir, smile naman ay. Diyan po, sir. Thank you. Sure. Thank you so much. All right, at this point, I think we're ready. Are we ready to announce the winners? Sige, sige. So, ating adjudicators,
Hello. Alright, good morning once again everyone. Are you ready for the results? Nag-pray na ba ang tanan? Nakatulog man ka mo kagabi? Same. Okay, so sino tayo ko nabubukas? So first of all, I would like to thank, of course, Kamandahan National High School and Gimbal National High School for this opportunity from us at UPV Debate Society to judge this event. We do love partnerships actually outside of our school because kakasawa na sila na yung kasama namin always nagde-debate, di ba? Konti na lang mag-aaway na talaga kami. And of course, thank you again sa mga gifts. May ara ako Gimbal National High School na ba? May ara namang Pamanggahan na mag. So, mag-collect na lang guro. Ano pang kulang? So, advertise lang before na mag-announce ang winners, di ba? Okay, so first of course, we will announce the special awards. For this debate, our Best Speaker Award goes to Jamel C. Salarda, third speaker for affirmative side. So, hindi halata kanina kumikindat-kindat na kami. Di ba? Uy, correct. Actually, one of the reasons why I prefer being a debater than a judge is because I can't keep my face straight. During judging, pinapatid nila ako minsan. Next award for Best Debater. So this goes to, drum roll please. Once again, Jamel C. Salara, first speaker for the affirmative side. So when you graduate and enter UPV, please enter UPV Debate Society. So best rebuttalist, this is for final round only. The award goes to, drum roll, Karen K. G. De La Cruz for affirmative side. Congratulations, Karen. Picture lang, picture. Alright, the moment you've all been waiting for. Actually, the decisions of the judges were very close, which is why we had to go out later and kami naman yung nag-debate. Diba? So, once again, for our results for today's debate, with a unanimous decision but very, very low margins, the winning team would be Kamangahan National High School, the affirmative side of the debate. Congratulations! Na-shock ka mo, ha?
Hindi sa wapat! No! Wapat!
Affirmative side. Okay na. Confirmations. Congratulations! Of course, for our first runner-up, congratulations again to everyone. You guys did great. It's an amazing debate. Congratulations. Gimbal National High School, a round of applause. Malapit na mag-away namin sa inyo. Requesting our champions to please come in front for our first runner-up sa Danay, so please proceed here in front for a pictorial photo op na Danay, guys.
Add ko rin.